Hello and welcome to my favourite time of the month, which is my monthly cash stuffing, where after I get paid I stuff the majority of my pay into my long-term, short-term and purse money for the month. I am sort of getting to the point where a lot of money is getting stuffed, and it's amazing how much things are costing, but also just a reminder that actually when things are built up, you are saving for those long-term things, and you don't always see the results straight away, but when you need it, it's there, which is brilliant. So yeah, just wanted to keep encouraging you going on your journey. I'm just still getting over this cold, which is sort of, I felt like it's gone to my chest a bit, so do excuse me if I don't sound tip-top. Let's get on and count the cash. I haven't got my tray for my binders because I'm actually going to use it, or I'm using it to store some jewellery that I'm going to take to the car boot sale. So let's get the cash tray and the cash out. Now let's get counting. I've got some bougie £20 notes. That's what Lucy calls them. I don't think they're bougie, it's what comes out of the cash point. It goes 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Now I'm going to separate these or else I get very confused. And 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 625. So, yeah, some people may stuff hundreds weekly, whereas I tend to just use my rollover money from my purse. Whatever's left in my purse will then go to challenges. So there's a lot of money here because I put money aside weekly. And yeah, that sets me up then for the month. So it might seem a lot, but that's why. So last time I actually took out too much money, so I'm only having to stuff 3 weeks this week. And we're going to, let's use up these tenners. Stuff each week gets £55. So I've already kind of gone ahead and condensed a lot of the, I like the kings. We're going to save the kings to stuff. I've already gone ahead and condensed the money and just kind of pulled out as many tenners as I could. So just to try and change it up a bit. So yeah, this is Saturday the 24th of May 2025. And so it's the bank holiday weekend. I don't know what plans you have if you are in the UK and you've got bank holiday Monday. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're up to. I am actually selling at a car boot, which I've not done for years and years, but I'm quite excited, although the weather is looking a little bit iffy. There are chances of rain, which isn't great. But there's not a lot you can do about the weather. You just got to go with it. People will still turn up. It might not be as big a footfall if it wasn't raining, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, I'm going to keep things simple and easy and start with my more immediate needs, which sometimes can be called short term. So in here I've put boys' birthdays in here, but technically I suppose it's more of a longer term thing, but hey ho. I've just realised I've taken out bargain buy, so let me just go and grab that because I need that stuff. I was being super organised and put this ready for car boot. So in here at the moment, put this the wrong way around, I've got £55 plus change. So this is purely spending money at a car boot or sales, like fairs or jumble sales. So this is going to get £30 added to it because I wanted to make sure that I had a good amount saved. Just see how much fivers I've got. I want to have a good amount saved for if I do find bigger. You just don't know what you're going to find at car boots and things. If you find a bigger item or if there's lots of good stuff. So in bargain buys, I now have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85 in there, which should be plenty. Last year, actually, I think I spent about, I know one year I spent about £70. So yeah, just goes to show. So that's bargain buys. Boys' birthdays. So this is going to get topped up with 25 this week. I'm trying to figure out which notes to use. Let's use up the tenors. So this, I've got 2 boys, so it's saving up for their birthdays. So if I can do the bulk of it now, it means there'll be months where I don't have to save. So I kind of roughly budget £100, although my eldest son will be 21 next year. So I might just save a little bit more in case there's more to put towards that. So this now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20... 40, 50, so 150 now in that. So I put a little bit more in this month just to get that rounded up. Okay, dentist is fine as it is and hair is fine as it is. Happy holidays. Okay, let's get the binder out for that. Oh, we're now in our May half term, aren't we? So let's see how much I've got saved in the May fund. I've got £100 in here, so that's good going. Anything car boot related I won't spend out of that. So saving for summer, got £70 in here at the moment, so I'm going to put in, let's again use up these tenors, another £50. 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 for summer. So 120, is it? I've my maths right in my head quickly. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 120. Hooray. Just really quick. I'm surprised I didn't get my fingers out for that one. So I'm going to keep that out just to mark that I've saved some money. Do you know what? The summer holidays, even if you don't save for any of the other holidays in the year, if you do have summer holidays or have children, it comes around so quickly, and I find that you end up spending more than maybe you think you need. So it's always worth having that bulk of money in there. Maintenance money. How much is this getting? So this is going to get 20. I want to get this topped up so that I've got money to spend on like a facial regime, but also extra as well for non-facial stuff. So this is getting £20 this week. So this now has 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 55. So I think it's 140 I need for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to 40. I can do that weirdly. So I put my post-it note in there because I was trying to separate this cash so I know that's set aside for when I need it, and then this is extra. I think that's right. I will check that again later. That's good. And then I did have a look. Sorry, I've got the ring light on as well. I probably don't need it. Let's switch it off because it ends up reflecting. It just makes a difference, doesn't it? I found my glasses record card, and I probably don't need glasses or need to see the optician for at least another year anyway. But I was like, do you know what? I've started saving. I'm going to keep on saving, and then the money's there. So sometimes it's quite nice to be able to plan for the future, not to have to worry about it. So this is going to get 20 as well today. So this now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's amazing. So obviously you've got to pay for your glasses and you've got to pay for the eye test as well. So I do need a bit more in there. But we'll keep on going, as they say. Oh, come on. So these represent 10 each. So we'll just tick off 2 of those. Let's do some brown eyes. This is actually one of my really early challenges that I made. So it's really fun to use actually. There we go. Give that one a wafty. Good. So that's all the more immediate stuff done. Now we're going to go into long term. So stuff that doesn't need paying for straight away, but stuff that you need to save for basically. Right, celebrating Christmas is in the iris binder. It's a good job I write these things down because I will forget, you know. Even though I've written Christmas on it. So Christmas is going to get its usual £50, I think. Yes. So let's have a look here. So let's get out some monies. Maybe I can use some fivers because the 15s are always a bit tricky to save, aren't they? So 10, 20, 30. And then let's use a 20. Yeah, nice. So let's find some gaps in the market. Oh, we've got a fiver there. Now let's do the 15s while we've got the change, which I don't usually have. So 2 15s and 1 20. There we are. So we've got a 15, 15 and a 20. Good. Right, that's just popped out. I've changed these up. These did have white ones, but I wanted to use the white ones on another binder. So I've changed the elastics for gold. So, celebrating Christmas has got 300 saved in hyperjar, and we are really getting there with saving up our binder. I reckon halfway there, so that's good going. Let's come back to our binder in here. Right, next up is contingency cash, which is basically emergency fund money. So I've got some stashed away. I've got 350 put by, plus put a 20 in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, I've got 100 now, so that can maybe go back to the bank soon. Future funding. So this was kind of thinking ahead for maybe even funeral plans. I think funeral stroke retirement, possibly, like whatever comes first. I know, a bit more morbid, isn't it? Yeah, so, but just literally saving for future and keep on saving, because just so mindful that, you know, I keep flicking out that £20. Yeah, it's you've got to be prepared. Some people don't like to be prepared and live for the day, but it's really, you know, you don't want to have that regret of not having saved. So, well, I don't anyway. So I now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 550 in future funding. And I'm colouring these in with the silver. And these are representing 30 each, so I'm just going to do one a month, basically. So this is like the OG Cashbook Cute on card challenge. She does these. I don't know if she still actually sells this one, the Gold Digger one. It was a freebie that came with an order. Or fingers and thumbs. There we go. Right, week's longer is basically saving up for purse money that we saw earlier in here. So I keep putting in here, so 1 month I don't need to get out a big wad of cash for purse money, and it just gives me a nice break from saving from that. So I'm going to put in £30 in here as well. Let's use the tenors because I like tenors in the purse money. In fact, I might swap out 20s because I don't, yeah, with the purse I'd rather have £10 notes. Right, how much do we have in here? Let's count it up because we can. So my target is it 275, I think, for 5 weeks worth. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I've got blue tack on there or something. I have as well. 80, 180, 190, 210. So that's coming along swimmingly. I think I calculated, like, if I carry on, it's like July or something that I get a free month off. So that's that one. Okay, now we are onto the car binder. This is Daisy car, my car. So she did go in the garage recently. She had her air conditioning done, put in, which wasn't cheap, and the washer for the windscreen needed changing. My goodness, that was not cheap either. So my total bill, I've got it here, let's just have a quick look, came up to £120.50. So that came out of car service, which I've put aside in a separate bank account. So I've used that money towards her service payment. Now, I was saying also that I've been doing more travelling and will be doing more travelling. So fuel got a bit of a hit this month, and so I left the fuel money in there and I paid out another out of another category. So fuel is going to get 45. 20, 30, 40 and 5. Just to get this topped up to make sure that I've got enough in here, because I just want this purely to be fuel money. So the fuel now has 20, 30, 40, 50, £60 in it. So I top up about £30 at a time. I know exactly what percentage or what bars it needs to get to before I refill. Okay, so I've put the post-it note here just to remind myself that I've taken out the money from here and put it into the bank. And this is saving, again, long term for a new car. Not that she's in any way ready to go. She's very reliable, but it's just so that, you know, how nice to have money there if anything should happen or when I want to buy a new car. So she is going to get £50. So it's nothing to do with breakdown. It's just to have a category so that I'm going to put Charlie in there. Save for a new car. So yeah, the money's gone to the bank. I'll flag up if I remember how much is in there already. So I'm saving £50 a month at the moment just to keep that ticking over. Tax. Now, tax is going to go up, so I need to boost this with some money also and get this out of the way. So this is getting £50 because, yeah, my new tax is going from £20 to about £390. So it's not due till next February, but again, I just want to get this out of the way and saved so that I can start concentrating on other things. So tax now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 120. Expensive business running cars, honestly. But this is why cash stuffing works, because you can get that money saved and put by. And yes, car cash I spent out of for petrol, which, yeah, it was there, so I use that. But I'm going to pop in 30, so I can top it back to my the existing £50, which is my balance in there. Right, not quite sure why I've got a tenner left. It might have meant that I've just taken out too much, and that's fine. So that could just go into next month's budget. So the only thing left is hyperjar, which I've already actually gone ahead and stuffed because I wanted to separate that, and I'll just flag that up on screen. There is an extra category in there just for short term, and it's for the Switch 2 that my boys have saved up for, and that money is going to come out of my account, so I just wanted to make sure that was separate, and I'll put it back in my account when that money comes out because it's on a pre-order. Everything else is topped up as is. So car park cash, I think from memory, has about £8 in it. Chiropractors hasn't got any more until my next appointment. Christmas is as it stands for what I've put in there until I finish the iris binder, so it's got 300. Fun fund I've topped up. Gift gets £50 every month, and that is just to cover for next year's expenses. Mystery money still the same at 100. Letter loot is still the same at 11. Penny pot is where I round off all the other jars and round off the pennies in there and put it into the penny pot, and I use it as a miscellaneous, so if I run out of money in one pot and I need a bit of rollover, I can dip into there or use it as a miscellaneous jar. And pocket pounds I've put in £30. I can't remember how much that's got, so that's coming on. I might just cap that at 100. I put less in there now because I have money coming out for my Odeon card and stuff like that. So that's hyperjar. Thank you so much for watching. That's gone rather quickly as per usual, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday and take care. God bless, and I'll see you next time on my next cash stuffing video. Take care, God bless, and bye for now.